Talk.
All right, Coach, just tell us a little bit about, it's a from the week, a little bit of a vibe on Tuesday is a little different than usual.
Yeah, never done the Tuesday before, but done some Thursday games. So you treat it similarly as far as trying to structure practice that way. So coming off the bye week, had three practices, three really good practices. Feel good about where our team's at, just with their mindset and getting ready to hit the stretch run here. I think the bye week came at the right time, literally halfway through the season. So getting some guys that are nicked up, get them back healthy, ready to hit off this stretch run, and then just to reset the clock, reset the mind, and to reset the body and get them going. So feel good about where we are right now. Game planning today, getting ready to have another good week, go down there and play Jacksonville State. So fired up about it.
I asked Coach Sheldon about this, but kind of just give me your rundown on the second half against Louisiana Tech on the opposite side of the ball.
Yeah, obviously didn't do enough to live up to what our expectations are for our offense. Obviously, the first half went about as good as you possibly could expect, and live up to the expectation that we set for ourselves here at Western. And I think we got into the second half, tried to control the football, tried to control the clock. And again, that's coaching. That's not on our players. That's something that we felt like we could do, and then some untimely things. We had two drops on third downs that keep the drives alive, and then credit to Louisiana Tech. I mean, you've seen 3 or 4 games of theirs. I think recently the past one as well. Really good second half team. Give a lot of credit to those coaches. They're well coached on the offensive side of the ball. Figured some things out there. Well coached on the defensive side of the ball. They figured some things out on defense in the second half, which gave us some problems. So obviously not what you expect, not what I expect, but glad to come out with a win and a road win at that. To be undefeated in the conference, but we obviously have things we need to work on, and we're going to get those things done. And going into this week, another hard road game, we got to go do the same thing. Got to come out and play all 4 quarters, play all 60 minutes, or however long it takes to come out with a win.
You guys had really good performances this past week was seen first half. Do you think that he's finally fully tried those?
Yeah. He's played a lot of football around here, and I think that's one of the best performances he's probably had in his career here, which is saying something with a career full of really good games. We got to give him the football. That's the most important thing is he creates a lot of mismatches, whether it's on corners or safeties or linebackers. The guy's super explosive. Hadn't said this about many players, but when he caught that second touchdown, I kind of said on the headset, like, this guy's unbelievable, So I'm really glad he's on our team, but a credit to him. I think from the end of last year and to where he's at now, I think he's kind of seen where this game can take him, and he's worked his tail off and worked extremely hard to get where he's at. So really proud of the way he's played and prepared, and obviously would like him to keep it up, the second half of the season.
I want to ask you about a couple things. The red zones, you guys are still perfect, 19 for 19, 15 and 19 touchdowns. It's about, can't get much better than that. Third downs, probably some work to do there, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Going into the season, 2 high emphasis things for us, obviously. In the game of football, there's probably not 2 more statistics that starkly decide games more than third down and red zone. So again, really proud of our offense when we get down in the red zone, understanding that this is where we need to score, and we need to score touchdowns. I think that's important, not only scoring points but scoring touchdowns, and so really happy with that. Need to continue that, and then like you said, third downs, obviously we need a ton of work, and when we play well on third down, we play really well on offense. When we don't play well on third down, that's kind of our struggle right now. So and again, I keep going back to coaching too. We got to put our players in good positions to be successful, and have a good plan for those guys to be successful, and put it all together too. When we drop balls on third down, that's usually an issue, or when we miss assignments on third down, that's an issue too. So the coaching is the most important part, and we'll get that fixed. And just everybody understanding the mission, I think, is important. So those guys understand what we need to do better on third down. We understand it, and this second half is where we're going to attack it and be a lot better.
Just evaluating that to, I'm sure you've looked at all those. Are you finding that you're having too many that are kind of unmanageable, or too many third and longs, or are you just not executing on a regular third down?
You know, I don't think it's too many third and longs. You try to stay out of those as much as you can. You know, our issue, I think, in some of the drives that have stalled for us has been third and medium, third and short, just trying to, you know, probably do too much. You know, I think a lot of it has been we're out coaching ourselves at times, and you know, those missed assignments and mistakes hurt you at critical times when you need them. So, and again, we're playing with guys that have, you know, played 6 games of football in their career around here. So get everybody on the same page, understand kind of what we're looking for on third down, and make sure everybody knows the importance of keeping drives alive and sustaining drives and scoring a bunch of points when you get in the red zone. So, again, can't be complacent with where we're at in the red zone. Definitely can't be complacent with where we're at on third down. Those two statistics need to go way higher, in my opinion, and we're going to work our butts off to try to get them there.
But it seems like, you know, once a game, I feel like there's an offensive pass interference called on the screenplay. Most likely, you know, what is the explanation the ref gives you on those plays, and how do you go about making sure that those don't keep happening?
Do we have one this past week?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I understand your question. Yeah, it is one of those deals where I think it was a point of emphasis for the refs this year. You know, there's so much of, you know, I'm not a proponent of it, but defensive guys saying they're getting picked, especially in the red zone and on screens and third downs and things like that. It's a point of emphasis, I think, for them. For us, to me, it's, you know, you got to understand where the ball's at when it's being thrown, and, you know, what we're trying to accomplish on offense as well. I think a lot of that is, you know, it's tough on the refs. I get it. It's a bang bang play that happens simultaneously, and they can't have their eyes everywhere. But again, it's just we got to understand the rules. But you know, we're going to run our offense and do what we do, and our guys are going to be coached to do what we tell them to do. So you know, things like that are going to happen, and I say this to our guys all the time. The only thing we can guarantee in a game of football is adversity. So there's going to be penalties. There's going to be things that the refs miss. There's going to be some things that the refs get right that don't go our way. But if we can continue to battle, continue to play the next play, do your job on the next play, usually those things work out in your favor. And, you know, just sometimes things don't go your way, you know.
Offensive line's done a really good job of preventing sacks this year, and Austin's done his part too by you know, getting the ball out of there or moving around. Do you feel like that you're consistently getting enough time to let these plays develop though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. And again, you know, I credit, you know, Austin along with our O-line. Our O-line does a great job as much as we throw it and the things that we ask them to do. You know, those guys deserve a ton of credit for keeping us out of bad situations. But Austin's one of the better ones I've ever been around in terms of not taking negative plays. And I think no matter what you do on offense, whether it's the air raid or it's the triple option or it's whatever, if you can avoid negative plays, that usually leads to a ton of success. So keeping us out of second and long, third and long, just by not taking sacks, or, you know, maybe it's just getting the ball off and throwing it away whenever you need to. I think things like that are extremely important. So, you know, we continue to evaluate every week, you know, what's our best scenario of getting the ball out of his hand on time, or maybe we need to hold it a little longer and try to throw it down the field, max protect, do those things. But the combination of how our O-line plays and him not taking negative plays has helped us a lot, and we're going to continue to try to be as good as we can with that.